my cheating wife, said if you don't forgive me for my little affair, I will kill myself and make you feel guilty. But I laughed in her face and said, I don't care about you. Now you can make threats to your lover. She was furious, but that was just the beginning of her nightmare. Chapter 1. The Day the Illusion Died. People used to say I was the perfect husband. I cooked dinner most nights, rubbed her shoulders after her long ER shifts, wrote her love notes and tucked them into her lunchbox. Even after 5 years of marriage, I brought her flowers every Friday, just because. Her name was Jessica, smart, sharp-tongued, and radiant, the kind of woman who drew every eye in the room, then acted like she didn't notice. I didn't think I was out of her league, I just thought I was lucky. But now I realize I was groomed to be blind. It started on a quiet Saturday morning. Jessica was in the shower. Her phone was charging on the kitchen counter, face up for once, and for some reason, it buzzed and lit up. Maybe it was curiosity. Maybe it was instinct. I glanced. Kay, I still smell you on my skin. Monday, same room, I need you again. My pulse stuttered. I picked up the phone with shaking hands, opened the message thread, and just like that, the illusion cracked. There were hundreds of messages, photos, hotel bookings, inside jokes, nicknames like My Wild Nurse and Daddy K, dates that lined up suspiciously with her conferences and late-night shifts. I sat down in a numb fog and started collecting everything. Screenshots, Uber receipts, iCloud backups, even a hidden photo album tucked behind decoy folders. She wasn't just having an affair, she had a second life, one where I didn't exist. That night, I made her favorite dinner, carbonara, garlic knots, red wine. I smiled, acted normal. She joked about a rude patient she'd had that week. I laughed along, almost mechanically. When we cleared the plates, I asked her to sit down. Then I placed my laptop in front of her, opened the folder titled Jessica's Real Life. She stared at it like it might explode. Then the rage came. You went through my phone? That's a complete violation. What's wrong with you? Not a hint of guilt, not a flicker of remorse, just anger at being caught. I stood up and said calmly, It's over. She went pale for a second, but then she leaned forward, eyes burning, and hissed, If you leave me, I swear to God I'll kill myself, and everyone will know it's your fault. You drove me to it. Do you want that guilt on your head for the rest of your life? For a moment, the room spun. My breath caught in my throat. But then something inside me hardened, like steel cooling in fire. I looked her straight in the eyes and said, Then maybe you should text that threat to your lover, because I don't owe you silence anymore. And I walked out of the house without looking back. She thought I was finished. What she didn't know? That was just the beginning of her downfall. Chapter 2. The setup begins. The night I walked out, I didn't sleep. Not because I was heartbroken. That part had already burned out the moment she used suicide as a weapon. No. I stayed awake because my mind was alive, buzzing with plans. This wasn't going to be petty. It wasn't going to be loud. It was going to be strategic. Jessica had spent nearly a year lying to my face, building her own fantasy life while living under the roof I paid for, all while pretending to be the victim when caught. I wasn't just going to walk away, I was going to remove the mask she wore for everyone else. So I started with the lawyer. Monday morning, I met with Thomas Givens, one of the top family law attorneys in the city. I sat across from his glass desk and handed him a flash drive. Inside, screenshots of Jessica's texts and emails, timestamps from hotel check-ins, voicemails where she screamed at me for invading her privacy, and a saved file of her threat, that chilling line, "If you leave me, I'll end it all and blame you." He finished reviewing it all and leaned back in his chair, impressed. "This is surgical," he said. "You'll get the cleanest divorce I've seen in years. She won't touch a dime of your assets." That was step 1. Step 2. I moved the money. Jessica never bothered to learn about our finances. She assumed our shared account was our only account. Wrong. The joint account was a decoy, something I funded lightly for household expenses. The real money, the investments, the retirement savings, tied up in separate trusts under my name, ironclad. I also canceled all cards tied to her name and sent the bank a notification to flag any sudden large transfers. Step 3. The other wife. Remember the man from the texts? K? He wasn't single. It took all of 15 minutes to find his Facebook profile. Happy family photos, kids, a wife named Amanda, PTA volunteer. She had no idea her husband had a side life with my wife. I didn't send her hate. I sent her truth, a Dropbox link filled with dated evidence, messages, emails, voice notes, no explanation, no anger, just one line. I thought you deserved to know the truth. I wish someone had done this for me. She replied within the hour. Thank you. You confirmed what I suspected but could never prove. I'll take it from here. I didn't ask what she planned to do, but I knew Jessica's fairy tale was about to turn into a wildfire. Step 4. The cameras. Jessica forgot one critical thing. I upgraded our home's security system 6 months ago. Motion-sensitive cameras installed in the living room, hallway, and yes, the bedroom. What she didn't know was that the cloud backup saved everything, even footage she thought was deleted. Let's just say, her nursing shifts looked a lot more like auditions for reality TV. Kissing, undressing, whispering he's clueless while lying in our bed. And no, I didn't blast it on social media, but I downloaded the video, saved it, and when the time came, I'd use it as the final blow. Because revenge isn't about anger, it's about taking back the narrative, quietly, cleanly, and completely. Chapter 3. The public unmasking. 3 days after I sent the evidence to her affair partner's wife, I got the first message from Jessica. A simple text. You ruined my life. Are you happy now? No apology, no remorse, just blame. I didn't reply, but I knew exactly what was happening on her end. The fallout had begun. Jessica's lover? Gone. Amanda, his wife, had exposed the affair on Facebook in a PTA post that went viral within hours. Screenshots, hotel bills, a group photo of Jessica and Kay taken on a weekend she had claimed to be at a medical seminar. Comment sections blew up. People she worked with, mutual friends, even her own extended family. Jessica's reputation as the caring, professional nurse with a golden marriage shattered overnight. Her phone must have been buzzing nonstop. She tried damage control, posting vague quotes about healing and betrayal on Instagram, trying to make it look like she was the one who'd been wronged. But no one was buying it, and I wasn't done. The HR bombshell Jessica worked at a prestigious private hospital. High-end patients, big money donors, a place where discretion and character mattered. I didn't need to send the scandal to everyone, just to one person, her department head. Attached to the email was the following: the time-stamped video footage of her and her affair partner in our home. A brief statement. This behavior reflects poorly on the hospital's image. She has breached trust, not just mine, but that of your institution. No commentary, no hate, just facts. 2 days later, I received a call from a blocked number. It was Jessica. The meltdown. Her voice was shaking, half rage, half desperation. You got me suspended. You think this is funny? I'm getting investigated by the board. Do you know what this means for my license? She tried to shift gears mid-sentence, going from anger to fake vulnerability. Please, if you ever loved me, just stop. I've lost everything. I'm in therapy. I'm trying to change. But I remembered that night, when she stood in the kitchen, arms crossed, screaming at me for violating her privacy after I caught her cheating. I also remembered the threats. If you leave me, I'll kill myself and tell everyone it was your fault. So I calmly replied, then maybe it's time you finally learn what accountability feels like. And I hung up. The social collapse. Our mutual friends were dropping her like flies. People stopped responding to her posts. A few even messaged me directly saying, "Man, I'm sorry. None of us had any idea. But the cherry on top? Jessica tried to join a friend's birthday dinner at a fancy rooftop restaurant 2 weeks later, and the host quietly asked her to leave. Word had spread. Her mask had cracked. And behind it was a manipulative, deceitful person no one wanted to be associated with. Chapter 4. The Final Blow and Peace. By now, Jessica had lost nearly everything she once controlled. Her lover blocked her, her job suspended, pending a likely termination, her friends vanished, and her image as the sweet, loyal wife shattered like glass on pavement. But I knew something she didn't. She still thought she could talk her way back into control. That's why I planned one final act, not out of cruelty, but out of necessity. Closure, not chaos. The goodbye package, I mailed her a single manila envelope. Inside were printed screenshots of every message between her and Kay, a copy of the termination letter she'd eventually receive. I had it through a mutual connection in HR. A small flash drive containing video footage of her affair partner sitting on my couch while I was away on a business trip. And finally, a handwritten letter. No threats, no anger, just truth. Jessica, you once said that if I didn't forgive you, you'd end your life to make me carry the guilt. That was the moment I realized I had been married to someone who never loved me. You didn't just cheat, you lied, gaslit, manipulated, and worst of all, you used shame as a weapon. But you lost. Not because I exposed you, but because I healed. And healing is something you'll never understand. You don't get to rewrite the story. You don't get to guilt me one more time. I am free. You are nothing but a chapter I've closed. Goodbye. There was no return address. 6 months later, my life was quiet now, peaceful. I lived in a smaller apartment on the other side of town. New furniture, new routines, no ghosts of the past in the walls. I went to therapy, traveled, even rescued a dog named Milo who curled up beside me every evening. And eventually, yes, someone new entered my life. Not flashy, not manipulative, just real. We sat on the balcony one night watching the sunset. She asked, "Do you ever miss her?" I thought for a moment, smiled softly and said, "I miss the version of her I thought existed. But now, I just feel grateful because she taught me what love isn't." Epilogue. The true revenge wasn't about ruining her job, her reputation, or her social life. It was about reclaiming my sanity. It was about becoming untouchable by her poison. That's the best revenge, living a peaceful life so rich, so untouchable, that their memory fades into silence. If this story hit close to home, don't let manipulation define your worth. Don't let betrayal be the final chapter. Like this story? Subscribe to Lauren's Story for more gripping real-life revenge tales. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Your voice matters. And if you've got your own story to tell, we're listening. Because here, we don't just tell stories, we reclaim them.